Long-awaited report on sex abuse by the Catholic Church is out. It claims about 200,000 minors have been victims of predatory clergymen and others affiliated with the Church. The Church declined to participate in the investigation that comes after years after similar probes in France, in the U.S., and in Ireland, to name a few. Sarah Morris is in Madrid. Tell us more about the report. Since when, how long has this abuse been taking place?
Well, the Ombudsman said that some of the victims that had given evidence to his commission went back a very long time, but he said that the bulk of the evidence received was from the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. He said that he had asked for an opinion poll to be carried out, and 8,000 Spaniards were actually interviewed in that poll, and 440,000 of them, if you gave the calculation of those that said yes, they had suffered sexual abuse when they were under 18. He said 1.13% said they had received some form of abuse from anybody involved in the church, and that figure works out to be 440,000 if you crunch the data. A smaller number, the figure that you mentioned, over 200,000, mentioned that it was by a priest. These were victims which gave terrible and devastating evidence, being abused, even raped as young as 6, 7, 8 years old. And the Ombudsman essentially said when they later went to the church to tell their cases and to ask for some form of justice, in many cases simply those priests or those teachers were moved to other areas, other churches, even in other countries, and they know that that abuse was able to continue. The Ombudsman called for action. He said that now it was the role of the state, it was the role of the government and the MPs in the Parliament that set up this commission, and he also called on the church to step up, to open its archives and to ensure that victims were listened to and got some kind of reparations.
Now, Sarah, this report is coming out years after similar reports in other countries, notably the United States, France, Ireland as well. What took so long to get this report written, and what has been the reaction to it?
Well, Mr. Gabilondo talked about the fact that there had been silence, there had not been cooperation always from the church. And he basically said that he couldn't say that during his commission there had been absolutely no cooperation. He said that some priests and some churches were willing to cooperate, but he said others had asked why this was all being dragged up now. And he said essentially Spain was behind all the countries that surrounded it, and he said that it was time that there was some action. We know that there will be a meeting of the representative of the Catholic Church. They will be meeting to discuss this report and also to be discussing a report that they commissioned by a corporate law firm. The corporate law firm has asked for more time to present all its conclusions. The pressure is on the church to do something and to give those victims reparations soon.
Sarah Morris reporting live there.